Epa! Welcome to the province of Pinar del Rio, the town of cowboys, Cuban cowboys, Viñales. As we can see, lots of single-story homes here. Buenas. And this place is authentic, touristic, but yet authentic. Listen, we got an adventure today. My fat American ass needs to get some exercise. So I rented a bicycle and we're gonna go explore the Cuban countryside. This time solo. Look at how beautiful the houses are here. A lot of them are rentals. You can rent them, stay in a room for 20 bucks a night, help a Cuban family. Caña de azúcar para procesar. A sembrar. Vale. Caña de azúcar. All right, sugarcane. Interesting. So you guys, it's not a secret. This is an agriculture area, and many of the people received land plots after the revolution. The landlords fled the country and their land was shared among peasants. But nowadays, since everyone has to give their products to the government, oh Jesus, people have to take what little they keep and either eat it or sell it and hope that tourists buy it with US dollars, because things here are not good. Buenos dias, buenos dias. Now, what's unique about this place is that the demographic, the physical makeup of the people from here have a much more unique mix of Spanish blood. And that's because in the 20th century, before and after the Spanish Civil War, while there was extreme poverty in Spain, many people, many peasants from Asturias, from the Canary Islands, from Galicia, people who lived from agriculture, they fled Spain and they came here to bring their traditions, their agricultural practices with them. And of course, if you see my videos in Asturias, in northern Spain and Galicia, the Canary Islands, countless videos I've done there, you'll notice there's a lot of similarities. And if you talk to the people, they all say my grandfather, great-grandfather came from Spain. Now, of course, there's darker people here, there's black people as well, but typically, the people that came from Africa worked in the sugarcane fields in the eastern part, in the central part of the country. So here's the tobacco area. For me, this is like history. This is magical. This is magical. Here we go. Hippo! We gotta find a river. I don't know which way we should go. Right or left? Let's go this way. Let's stay on the main road. What the heck? They're playing Travis Scott there. Ah, Cuba's corrupted. Travis Scott is here. God damn it. Epa! Something for me that's hard to see is that the people have to work in order to eat, right? They have to give the majority of their product. Yesterday, the tobacco farm, 90%. They have to sell 90%. I don't know how much they pay them for it. Of course, they get something. It's not a good profit, of course. So they have to work to give everything to the government. You know, and I have intimate conversations with people here. Truthfully, many of the elderly folk are huge Fidel Castro fans. Because like I said, they came from the Batista time, people who have 80 years old, and they learned how to read, and the system worked until the fall of the Soviet Union. And even after the fall of the Soviet Union, in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, things were working. What I mean is people could still get food, put food on the table for a decent price. Now the inflation has smacked this place post-COVID, just like all around the world. But you know, the American in me, and I'm not judging, I'm getting to know the people, I'm truly understanding what's going on here. And I'm not judging. Americans, we don't like government interference. And here they have no choice. Look at these mogotes, they're called. Mogotes. ¿Cómo puedo llegar a un río?
A un río.
Sí.
Pero ¿usted quiere cueva natural o...?
No, no, cueva de India no. Un río para echarme un baño.
Ah, sí.
Sigo hasta La Palma.
Sí, para Muerte La Palma. Sí.
Ok. ¿Cuántos kilómetros?
Anda a ver 30 kilómetros.
30 kilómetros. Hostia.
Las aguas le dice.
Bueno. Sí, con bici fácil. El guajiro lo hace, el turista lo puede hacer.
Claro.
Bueno, gracias hermano.
Bueno. Niño, ¿tú tienes el número de teléfono del Marquito?
Wow. Poor guy. Poor guy. We have a goat there. And it looks like ducks. I don't know, turkeys? Cuban turkeys? Yeah, turkey. Cuban turkeys.
I'll be talking all day about movies.
Yeah.
Film.
Shawshank Redemption, The Godfather, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Oh.
Samuel Jackson.
So, Dances with Wolves.
They don't make movies like this anymore.
The English
No.
Patient. Forrest Gump.
Hey! Okay, so I met some ex-university professors back there, absolutely fluent in English. Jesus. And they're working on the farm now. People they have to leave their government jobs to work on the farm, to work in tourism. So I said I'll come back. Wow, look at this palm tree here. Jesus. I'll come back and we'll talk to them. Here's a park, some sort of cave system. There's absolutely no one here, no tourists, you guys. I think it's the low season, but why should it be low season? The weather's great. Gotta be careful, I'm going fast here. Wonder if that's a rental car. Yeah, the weather's great, but people don't have vacation in the month of April. They need tourism here. 2024 was a record low year for Cuba. And who knows if we're gonna enter another time of war or economic crisis, tourism's gonna drop, eh? Spectacular landscapes here. I feel like this is like Jurassic Park. Look at this water coming down here. Interesting system of pressure for the horses to eat and drink. I'm gonna stop off the side of the road here because I want to show you a turkey, a Cuban turkey. And over here on this side, we have some horses. Wow. And you see over here we have pine trees. This resembles like northern Florida but without the mountains, right? Hey, these guys look a bit skinny here. Since it hasn't rained, the grass isn't very high. What do you guys think about this place? Authentic or no? Epa! All right, we pulled off on a road here. This is public transportation. We have a tractor. Hold on. And this Cuban mom and his son. Yeah, that's how they're getting around here. Who knows where this is going to, but it looks like we're going down into a river valley. Oh. I really got to be careful so I don't do a front flip and smash my face. Okay. Oh, yep, there's a river. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wow. Man, the water looks so fresh, but there's a lot of trash here. Hola. ¿Cómo se llama este juego?
Trompo.
Trompo. ¿Me puedes enseñar? All right. Ah, trompo de madera. Chicos, ¿hay un río? ¿Esto es río para bañarse o no mucho?
Allá abajo. Allá abajo.
Allá abajo. ¿Me puedes vigilar la bici?
Sí. Sí.
¿Está lejos? Vale. Vale. Gracias. So I'm gonna leave my bike there with the kids and watch. They won't touch it. This isn't, I don't know, some other Latin American country. This is safe. Hola. ¿Hay río abajo o esto está para allá?
Sí, el río está abajo.
¿Sí?
Sí.
Vale, voy a echar un ojo. ¿Cómo está usted?
¿Y usted?
Bien, bien. There's a lot of chickens here. Tons of them. They must be laying really good eggs because they're all eating insects. Free-range chickens. Oh, check this out. This is an old till that they use. They hook up to the ox, the buey, to till the fields. Damn, I really should have brought some of my candy that I had. I had candy, bags of candy to give out to kids or whatever. I left it at the hotel. Look at, we have some Cuban pigs. Look at how so cute. They're so cute. Look at them. Wilfred. It's Wilfred. Hey. Hey. I've never seen so many animals in such a short amount of time. They definitely want to hang out with me. All right. Some more. Oh my God. This pig's taking a nap. ¿Estás echando una siesta? Mi niño. This guy's taking a nap. Oh. No way in hell am I gonna swim here, you guys. I mean, the water looks pretty clear, but sure is beautiful though. Yeah, there's lots of vultures here, or some sort of bird. I don't know exactly what kind of bird they are. Well, you know, at one time in the 16th century, Hernan Cortez, the conquistador from Extremadura, he disobeyed the Spanish monarchy, and he went to what nowadays is Mexico. And he was looking for gold, of course. So many people abandoned Cuba, and so there wasn't a lot of settlers. All the natives, the Tainos, largely died off from disease. Slaves weren't here at the time. But what there were was thousands, hundreds of thousands of pigs roaming, like this little piggy right here. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? They repopulated like crazy, like wildfire, and so there were more pigs than humans in the early 16th century. And nowadays, of course, there's still pigs, and you know, you've all heard of the Cuban sandwich, el cubano, but of course they're controlled by the government, the populations. I'm sure people do eat these, but and it's not like there's just an abundance of pigs anymore that you could just have unlimited meat, basically. Pork o'clock, as Harold Balder says. No, it's all very controlled. Here's a restaurant. Hola. ¿Tendrías batido de guayabita? ¿Batidos? ¿O un refresco?
Sí, sí.
¿Vale?
Sí.
Bueno, te digo, ya no voy a comer, pero un refresco, ¿vale? Gracias. Los turistas
Sí.
Vienen de los hoteles cercanos, ¿no?
Y de La Habana también.
De la Havana, sí, pero es decir, en Viñales hay sobre de restaurantes y aquí pues esto es un poco escondido.
Sí.
Entonces, ¿cómo la gente averigua que esto existe?
Porque los choferes ya han venido otras veces, entonces los traen a ellos.
Ah, bueno, ok. ¿Cómo te llamas?
El AINE.
Alaine, gracias. Okay, no caffeine. Let's see, where's this from? Oh, it's from the USA. Es de los Estados Unidos. Yo pensé que hay bloqueo. Bloqueo, ¿qué bloqueo? Bueno, 29 grams of sugar. Let's go. si el hombre se porta mal, ¿qué hacen? ¿Qué le hacen? Le pega una paliza al culo. Usted es muy brava, ¿eh? Yo no me meto.
Ella es la más brava.
No me meto contigo, ¿eh? Quiero vivir. Yo quiero seguir viviendo. Bueno, señoritas, hasta luego. They were saying that the countrymen here. Bye bye. Un besito. They're saying the countrywomen here are strong. They said if you behave poorly, they'll smack you. They said they're different than the city girls. Clearly they're different. If you're an American guy, you're looking for a Cuban girlfriend, come to the countryside. Avoid the big city. Come get yourself a guajira. Let's go see if my bike's still there. Well, the bike's still here, thanks to my security. Take care, gentlemen. Hasta luego, chavales. I gave them a tip. I told them, don't tell your mom. Let's see them cooking. Buenas.
Bueno, échalo para atrás, es muy gordo, yo no porque yo soy finita.
Mira,
No, y porque el viento.
¿está cocinando usted?
Sí, ya, yo acabé de cocinar ya.
¿Por qué no? ¿Por qué aquí? No.
Aquí, porque allá no hay corriente, no hay corriente. O sea, ni ayer, ni antier, ni nada, ni anoche, ni nada. Estoy aquí de capela. No sé por qué no sé qué hacer. No, yo mejor cocino porque yo siempre la viando y eso siempre lo cocino con leña y así ahorro. Porque los kilitos aquí hay que sudarlos. Aquí no es como afuera que ganan tanto y tanto.
¿Usted qué cocina?
¿Eh?
¿Qué está cocinando usted?
Boniato.
¿Puedo ver?
Ay, sí, ¿por qué no?
Ah,
Yo los cocino, los lavo bien.
hervidos.
Con cascarita, porque la cascarita sirve para el lechoncito y para el perrito.
La piel tiene muchos nutrientes.
No, así que es bueno, el boniato es bueno. ¿Te quería uno?
No, gracias. Solo querría ver.
Bueno, sí, para ver, porque... ¿De qué país usted?
Estados Unidos.
Ah, de Estados Unidos, sí, ese es el país más rico que hay, dicen.
Bueno, tiene su cosa buena y cosa mala, como todos los países.
Sí, todo es igual. Lo que Cuba es una cosa que es tranquila, no se paga con nadie, cada uno vive en su casa.
Yo podría dejar aquí todo, mi dinero, todo, y nadie lo va a tocar.
Ay, no, nadie, aquí sí somos. Vaya, yo hace que vivo aquí 35 años y nunca en la vida voy a decir yo un solo. Sí, para allá para vuelta del tronco de la Palmera, sí, han robado las casas, pero yo no sé por qué roban las casas. Será porque las dejan abiertas y se van de la casa. El que ve, va y coge. Porque todo el mundo no tiene. Aquí no se gana fácil.
Gracias.
Bueno, de nada.
Gracias por enseñarme tu fogón, la barbacoa.
No, ese no te cuesta nada. Porque los hijos míos trabajan en La Vega y traen la leña.
So, this is the paper towel, or this is the toilet paper. She's burning it to dispose of it. And this is her outdoor stove. Some plantains, which of their little ones, they'll be ready soon. Very authentic people here, you see. And she said, yeah, there's no electricity here. No electricity. In town there, we don't have electricity too much, but everybody that attends the tours has generators.
Ahora va, yo vivía allá en el Labra, eso es el fin del mundo. Allí me crié yo.
Ajá. Era más importante trabajar en el campo que estudiar.
Claro.
Tuviste que comer y...
Y antes los hijos de los campesinos era enseñarlos a trabajar y las madres enseñarlas a la casa, a lavar, planchar, ¿cierto? Porque hay que lavar la ropa esa que pega la tierra. No es como ahora que... Y estudiaba antes que tuviera dinero. Que no tuviera, vaya en la época mía, hay que tuviera dinero, que no tuviera nunca. Los padres míos siempre eran campesinos. Porque iban a pagar un estudio.
¿Usted en qué año nació?
Yo nací en el 46.
Wow.
O sea, que a la vez que edad tengo, 78 años, ¿no? Digo, me parece.
¿Usted qué recuerda de la revolución? ¿Qué recuerda de estos años de la revolución?
No, que han sido muy buenos, porque la revolución ayuda mucho al pobre y más al campesino, pero el loto, no.
Batista.
No, y que va, si los hermanos míos eran hombres y el viejo mío no los dejaba salir de noche. No, dice yo. Y si era cuando pegaron ahí los rebeldes y todo eso, no había quien saliera de la casa. A las 6 de la tarde estaban todas las casas cerradas, no salía nadie. Porque a cualquiera le daban un tiro.
Bueno, señora.
Bueno,
mucho
cuídate,
gusto.
amor. ¿De qué país tú eres? De los Estados Unidos.
Crazy. Paula there. Hola. Paula, she said she hasn't been to Vinales, which is only like 10 kilometers away, in years and years. She just stays here. She's like, I haven't been there in years. Wow, imagine you grew up in that house. This is your life out here. But you see how positive some of these people are. It's very positive. Okay, we're gonna be going down a big hill. I gotta put the camera away. We found a river that looks swimmable. I bet you kids jump off this. There's even a little ladder down there. But the adventure in me wants to keep exploring. But as you see, we're exposed to the sun here, so that can really drain us quite fast. And I'm also getting further away. Not that there's gonna be a lack of water. I can find water or a refreshment around here, but yeah, they said the ocean, the Caribbean Sea, is 16 kilometers that way. I could also go there, but then it would be like a hell of a ride back. And I'm already quite exhausted. Okay guys, I stopped off. It's too hot. Hace calor.
Mucha calor.
Sí. ¿Tú también estás mareado? Porque está bajo de azúcar. ¿Usted tiene diabetes? Tipo 2.
No lo sé.
¿Cómo se siente ahora? ¿Mal?
Yo estaba dolor en los huesos y para el diablo, yo. La alimentación está de pinga. Yo no, pero bueno, ¿qué vamos a hacer?
¿Cuántos años tiene usted? ¿Cuántos años tiene usted? 80.
¿A qué coge el azúcar? No, yo no.
¿No?
Ya eso para ti.
Para comprar medicina.
Bueno. Bueno, que Dios le dé suerte y salud.
Gracias. Bueno, me marcho entonces.
Le refresco un rato.
Refresco aquí contigo un rato, sí.
Claro, esta es su casa. Vese de eso. Es que el problema es, mira, yo perdí el cabo negra. Bien. Tuve un poco un tractor que el tractorista se mató y yo venía junto con él. Mira el hueco que tengo ahí.
Tienes una cicatriz
Y mira, ahí,
en la cabeza.
en la cabeza, aquí mira.
Ajá.
Por aquí, aquí mira.
Sí,
¿Lo ve ahí?
sí.
Eché 40 años trabajando.
Ujú.
¿Y con cuánto usted cree que me retiraron?
¿Cuánto? 70. 5.
5. Con 1.500
Con 1.500 pesos jubilaste.
para un padre que tiene familia. Y los 1.500 no dan para comprar, ¿tú sabes qué? Nada, porque las cosas están muy caras. No puedo buscar nada, compañero. Guardado difunto Fidel en la vida de todo. Y barato. Bueno, hoy hay, pero puede llegar. Que es más que tenemos en este país. Y yo sí lo digo claramente, yo soy revolucionario, pero a Fidel lo tengo aquí en la mente. Porque tú viviste la etapa de Fidel. Fidel era un combatiente que tenía cojones para tirarle al mundo entero. Pero esto los precios. Tú sabes, coge un pomito de aceite, mierda, así que 1.500. Entonces si vale 1.500 y yo tengo que comprar un pomo de aceite, ¿qué hay que comprarlo? ¿Con qué me quedo? cualquiera se pierde el suelo. Más con el problema que tengo yo. Me eché 40 años trabajando y por gusto. Por gusto. Y no puedo salir a buscar nada. Si vas a buscar un pirulí, vale 60 pesos. Que es una mierdita así. Me puse yo, mira. Ay. En las patas, mira cómo están, mira.
Ajá.
Porque el azúcar acaba con la gente.
Diabetes, sí.
Yo en cualquier hora. Flora. Yo viví en el tiempo de Batista. Yo hablaba sin zapatos, con unos pantaloncitos bombachos por aquí. Pasaba por el frente del cuartel. Nadie se metía conmigo. Y dice que daba un plan de machete y mataba. Bueno, te mataba si tú andabas jorobado. Si tú hacías una cosa mal hecha, tenías que matarte o darte el bicho bueno, como decían la gente. La mejor día de mi vida viví en ese tiempo, y en el tiempo Fidel. Pues yo me buscaba 2 o 3 pesetas por ahí con la gente, que era un muchacho, y comía. Pero hoy si te buscas ni con 1000 pesos de hoy para comer. Un par de familia. Este se habla mucho de ella, pero yo lo ven es esto, mira, dinero. ¿Qué voy a vivir? Mira el problema que tengo yo. Yo no puedo trabajar. Porque 1500 pesos hoy, ¿qué da? No compra un chupa. Pero bueno.
No tiene sentido. Nada tiene sentido.
Nada. Si vas con medicina, no la hay en la botica. La tiene particular. Yo busco un poco de aceite, allá en Miñales no está, lo tiene particular. Aquí hay que tiene dinero. Aquí hay gente ya que entra el bulto de dinero así, mira. Con contrabandistas. Yo viví el tiempo Batista. Decían que era malo, pero conmigo se metió. Y yo era un muchacho huérfano y padre, que soy huérfano, padre y madre. Y pasé mucho trabajo. Hay que echarte cuerpo estando por aquí. Coño, a destrozar la vida, chico. Ya yo soy en una forma con la misma edad, que me den un tiro, como me ahogo, como yo ya perdí el rumbo ya. Mira, yo tengo un hermano. Mira, yo tenía un hermano que era guardia batista. Lo primero que yo era más chiquito. El día de mañana tú tienes hijos, tú te casas y tienes hijos. Y si viene uno y te mata, ¿qué tú haces? Pero no, yo matar también, le dije, ay, igual le pasa a las madres. Que dicen que Batista mataba gente, eso es mentira, porque yo viví en el pueblo para mentir y no maté a nadie. Tú tratas de vivir la vida, haz lo que tú vas a hacer, pero no mates a ninguno infeliz, ni mates a ningún niño, ni nada de eso. Cuando ganó la revolución, se fue para los Estados Unidos, mas nunca he sabido él, pero era un hombre muy arrestado. Aquel no le tenía miedo a nada, ni al viento. Y más nunca se vio él. Ahora da, mi figura. Entonces ahora, hasta que Dios quiera, tenemos aquí. Bueno, que Dios le lleve con suerte. Ya, no me hermana, ya tengo.
Sí, pero para ti, hombre.
Bueno,
Por abrir la casa para mí.
Coño, nada, aquí puedo.
Bendiciones.
Cuando usted quiera venir para acá.
Vale, señor. Bendiciones.
No importa que sea los Estados Unidos o eso. Aguará, es verdad que usted sea. Aquí puedo venir más todavía puedo venir.
Ok.
Porque yo estoy con ustedes.
Chao.
Estoy aquí, pero estoy con ustedes.
Chao, hermano.
Bueno, que lleve suerte.
Man, I was having such a good day. Then you see that shit. Some of these people don't have a pot to piss in. He told me the river down there's a big decline, so it's easy, but returning, it's hard. And I'm already exhausted. I've already been out for 3 hours. I'm burnt, a little bit dehydrated, so I think I'm gonna go back. Fuck. That shit breaks my heart, man. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. This is precarious. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien.
Sí.
Cuidado, cuidado.
No pasa nada. El río está limpio, ¿no?
Sí. El charco está más hondo, mira. Vamos.
Sí. ¿Cómo estás?
¿Está bien?
Voy a echarme un baño aquí.
Ahí, mira, aquí está más hondo.
Más sombra.
Más hondo,
Más hondo.
más profundo. Y aquí está más bajito.
¿Cómo se llama usted?
Jesús.
Jesús Cristo. Jesús. ¿Ya bebieron suficiente?
Ya bebieron suficiente ya.
Vale.
Ahora va la sombra.
A descansar y comer.
Ay.
This is where we're gonna enjoy some fresh water. Very clean. Yeah. Oh. You know what's crazy about this place right here? You go to any country and they're gonna find a way to like monetize the shit out of this. Charge you just to see it. Think Costa Rica, right? Costa Rica is annoying for that reason. And I thought this would be a place where they'd have a little bar restaurant or something, but there's no one here. Just a couple guajiros, peasants, a nice swimming hole, and I'm the only one. The only one. The gears don't work on the bike, so I'm going up a massive hill. You can't really tell. Man, the rural people are the best. I wish this channel was all about rural excursions, but that stuff doesn't sell. People like dangerous ghettos. They like New York City, Paris, London, Colombia, Medellin. It's a shame, because we got this right here. Okay guys, I can't beat Guajiro. I hitched a ride. The way back has been bloody hard uphill. Wow. I'm in a Chinese truck. Gave me a ride with a Chinese truck. The Chinese tourists were in there. They wanted to give me a bottle of water too. You see, Chinese and Americans, we could be friends here in Cuba, because everybody here, we're all the same. En Cuba. Aquí tienes cerveza.
Sí.
Vale. ¿Qué cerveza tienes?
Miami y un live.
Este. 200.
20.
Vale. Gracias.
¿Vos hasta La Palma?
No. River. The river, I took a swim in the river.
Ah.
Yeah. I don't know, remember what it's called. Very beautiful place though. Your name again?
Yosmin.
Yosmin. All right, guys. I met Yosmin earlier, and he spoke to me in English. And he's working on a farm here called San Francisco with your partner, your socio.
Yeah. José Alejandro.
We're gonna meet him in a bit. We're gonna go
Yeah.
check out the farm.
Yeah.
So, but first, cheers. You want a beer?
No, thanks.
Do you-
I'm okay. Thanks.
Do you drink beer sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
All right.
Right now it's not good because I'm working, you know.
Very responsible, eh? Very professional.
Yeah.
All right. We're here at Finca San Francisco.
So we work here as farmers, but as we know some English, we work with tourists when they visit our farm, and we give them just a full explanation about the tobacco harvesting, as well as coffee, honey, mainly. But as you can see here, as you will see, this is like a comprehensive agroecological farm, because we are located in Viñales, and Viñales is a nature protected area. That's why it's an agroecological farm. For working at the field, they're very Cuban traditional.
And that's called...
With oxen, with horses, with the traditional plow, no fertilizers, no chemical fertilizers or whatever. That is why it's agroecological.
Yep.
And it's not only about tobacco. Tobacco is the main crop, but we also have banana, jaca, mandioca, coffee, and
Right.
other things like corn, because we need to survive. We need to feed ourselves.
Alejandro.
Dios me.
Joseph. All right, guys. So let's go take a look at the farm. Right here we have a school, an elementary school.
Yeah.
Now, thank you. Now, what's unique about these two guys is that these guys are university professors. You worked how many years in the university system?
14 years.
14 years. And how many did you work?
5 years in educational profile and as a teacher in a high school, and then I spent 9 years teaching nursing and social workers and physical education.
Perfect. So this is what's going on in Cuba. A lot of people who have worked, who have studied, have high education. Now they're trying to work in tourism, and so this is an example of that. But what drew my attention is the fact that I spoke to them in Spanish, but he had a perfect accent in English. And I said, hey guys, I'll come on back here, we'll check out the farm.
Yeah.
Because this area is precious. This area is absolutely divine. And this is the finca, right?
Yeah. This is our farm. We are, as we told you, workers here. This is just a part of farm. The farm goes beyond limits, it's a very big farm, but this is the main part of the farm.
Sure.
Where we have most of the animals. We have many animals, as you will see. From pigs, chicken, hen, ducks, but down there, rabbits in here.
We're not gonna show everything because I want it to be a surprise. We want it to be a surprise for when tourists come. But just to show that you guys are here. Oh, look, we have the bunnies.
Okay. We also, in our menus, in our dinners and suppers, we offer rabbits and pig.
Wait. These are to eat?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, cute. They're so cute. Anyways, but typically tourists come here and they're really interested in the tobacco culture, right?
Tobacco
Main
culture.
tobacco culture.
Yeah.
The local rum. There's a local rum from Pinar del Rio.
Guayabita, right?
Guayabita. Yeah.
And guayabita is a fruit.
Yeah. It's a small
It's a local endemic fruit. Local endemic from this area. So it's important to remark that we are in westmost province in Cuba, Pinar del Rio. The best tobacco in the world. You could find tobacco in many other provinces in Cuba, but not like here in Pinar del Rio, because of 4 main reasons. First of all, the soil. The soil has a high iron content and a great component of clay, which gives the soil some hydrothermic features, just ideal for the tobacco harvesting, for the tobacco plantations.
Right, because the high mineral content, what effect does it make?
Listen, we could have heavy rains. The soil easily filters the rainwater, but it's not lost. The soil keeps it, and as the plant demands humidity, the plants get it from the soil. That's what we call hydrothermic. And thermic why? Tobacco plantations, it's generally planted in winter. Cuban winter is very hot and dry, with temperatures between 20 and 30 degrees. So temperature and soil are the best features required for the growing of tobacco, which is not like that in other provinces in Cuba. Second factor, the selection of a seed. Seed is very important for the tobacco plantations because there are many varieties of tobacco. Here in Cuba, if you go westmost point of Cuba, you could see Virginia variety. You know Virginia?
What my ancestors farmed.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But Virginia is a different species compared to the ones we have here. Virginia, the plant doesn't grow so much, the leaves are not so big, and it's harvested when the leaves are green. It's just green leaves on the plant.
Sure.
Then the process is different, and it's mainly used for light cigarettes. It's like a light concerning the nicotine amount of the leaves.
So it's interesting because I was at a farm yesterday, you guys. This is much more academic in nature.
Well, yeah.
This is more like, so if you're looking for an academic, highly educational experience, this might be your calling, right?
Wow.
And it's sort of just, there's many farms around here. So it kind of depends on the person who has the horses. And here in Cuba, the marketing's different than in Europe.
Well,
One of
so
the
very
main-
closely related to what you mean. That is precisely another factor. Tradition.
farmers
you know?
in here, they follow tradition.
It's been over 500 years of tradition with tobacco. Christopher Columbus, when they discovered and when they conquered Cuba, when they colonized Cuba, he saw the Aboriginal people just rolling some leaves and smoking. Imagine the long tradition of tobacco harvesting in Cuba.
I want to save it for the experience for the tourists, but it's really interesting how you guys have so much knowledge about the climate and the seeds and the time of year. I always ask myself, how did they discover this? Well, it's a generational thing, year after year, siglo after siglo.
They have been.
This is
So this is the sugarcane plant.
shredded.
Shredded.
So this is a sugarcane shredder.
And
And-
we use it to feed lambs, goats, oxen, horses.
Why is it a good nutrient, or why is it good for sugar?
And sugar.
I thought they're supposed to eat grass.
And also the grass.
Oh, we can eat it.
Because we fresh all the
It's
branch.
important. It's important to know. It's winter. It's winter season, and winter season in Cuba is the dry season. So grass is not so abundant because we don't have heavy rains. So we have to find other alternatives to feed the animals, like planting sugarcane.
You know what they feed the cows in the United States?
No?
Genetically modified corn.
Oh,
corn.
yeah, corn.
Yeah. Yeah. People, persons who used to feed themselves with that kind of meat, because of the amount of hormones,
So,
they are getting something strange in their bodies and something
It's called,
hormonally
I
is
forgot,
changing
it's
it.
called-
Men are becoming women.
I don't know.
Yeah,
They're growing
I've heard-
tits.
Yeah.
I've heard that. I've heard
I
that.
forgot that. It's
No, and
called
also-
like something transgenic could be in English. I don't know.
Transgenic.
Transgenic.
Yeah. and the other thing
food.
is people are just depressed, obese.
Yeah.
Corn syrup. Is what we don't use real sugar anymore. We use corn syrup.
Corn syrup.
Corn syrups and everything. And actually, a guy named Robert F. Kennedy, he's trying. I don't know what the progress is. He's trying to ban that in the United States. In Europe, it's already banned, right? Corn syrup.
Now that you mentioned Kennedy, maybe I will tell you a gossip. His name is Aristide. He's the one, the hard worker in here. He's the one who's all the time
He's
moving
just
and feeding
milking the
animals
cows.
and
Milking the cows right now.
He's a machine.
Yeah,
No, just by hand.
by hand.
He was milking that cow over there.
So you would say he's a true Guajiro.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The true way.
A true Guajiro.
The gossip I was about to tell you is about Kennedy, the president,
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy. In 1962, February the 3rd, when he was about to sign the embargo. 2 hours before, he ordered his press secretary to buy over 1,000 Cuban cigars.
The things they don't teach us in school.
Yeah, but we know that
Imagine
because we
So-
studied
He was a motherfucker.
history.
Kennedy. But Kennedy, you see, Kennedy didn't want to invade the Bay of Pigs.
He didn't.
Kennedy was pressured. That's what I
pressured.
read
Yeah.
from a
He was
Cuban
pressured.
author. Kennedy was pressured, heavily pressured by the CIA. He didn't want to do it.
Yeah. But that well, that's another topic.
Yeah, we won't get into that too much.
Yeah.
Let the sleeping dogs lie.
Wow, look at this. Look at this with the light in the camera. You see that? It smells good here.
It's real.
Can you explain Guajiro? What does it mean? The etymology. The
What?
Guajiro is war hero, right? Would you know?
That's the story we heard. I don't know exactly if it is 100% the real one, but according to what I've heard, when the war between Spain, Cuba, and that U.S. supposedly came to help us, they say that Americans used to call the Cubans war heroes. I don't know if it is.
That's a version.
It's a
we have
version
here,
about
Cuba,
that.
from the etymology of that word, like war heroes. But we don't know for sure, you know.
It's
We
like
don't know.
Viñales. They say that the real name of Viñales is because of the men who tried to make wine from Catalonia, that he brought grapes. And he wanted to make wine. He planted the grapes, and he didn't take into account the relative humidity of the tropic. So the humidity spoiled the grapes. And they say, I can't tell you if it is 100% or not.
Visual.
You already know Spanish, but you know that a plantation of grapes is called viña
Mm-hmm.
or viñedos or viñales, and they say that maybe this is the reason why this place is called Viñales, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, so many things get lost in history,
Yeah.
and it just becomes word of mouth, and legends change.
Change.
Like the word
Yeah.
guagua, right? Like the word guagua. The legend or the
Yeah.
theory is it comes from the company Walton, Washington, or something like this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I don't exactly know. But you know, in the Canary Islands, they call it guagua, and that's because the Cubans that went home to the Canary Islands brought the word guagua with them.
It's the same with there's what we say, like lingerie that women they use and on the skirt. We call it bloomer, but it was because of the name of a brand of and on the skirt.
Yeah.
Skirt, like the brand was bloomer. So in here, we call it bloomer.
Yeah.
Bloomer.
And we call this anglicismos, right?
Anglicism.
Anglicisms.
Anglicism.
This is where you come to try additionally rum from the local fruit, coffee, local coffee,
Arabica.
Arabic coffee, and whatever he comes here for, the cigars. So
Well, we just
Would you like to try one of these?
yes.
and we arrange Cuba's traditional food dinner here.
And Cuban cuisine,
Yeah.
it's fingers licking good.
Finger licking good.
Yeah.
Say that again. Say that again. Cuban cuisine.
It's
Deep-
fingers licking good.
Cuban-
Cuban cuisine, it's fingers licking good.
Yeah. And very important detail, the most important thing here and what visitors love most, it's just this. That view. In the afternoons, it's quite an amazing experience to sit here, have some drinks, and then watch the sunset.
So people here might spend like 3 or 4 hours at least.
At least, yeah.
Alejandro, how many cigars do you smoke a day?
Normally, 3 or 4.
Do you think you have bad lungs, or
I don't care.
you know?
I just enjoy that. You know, in here we consume lard of the pork, alcohol, cigars, cigarettes. I know that it's harmful for health, but it's good for the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how many shots I do a day, how many cigars I smoke,
We're all gonna die.
we're all gonna die sooner or later.
You know what happens in the United States is people die for 20 years. You know, they age. People, it's a mentality. Well, food is one thing, but also people, I've met people, and it's really sad, they're dying for 20 or 30 years because they spent their whole life working in something they didn't enjoy, and maybe they don't have community, friends, family, and they
I remember we were talking about that topic, and I remembered a phrase that Abraham Lincoln, at the end what counts is not the years of your life, but the life of your years. Because you can live 100 years and do nothing. You don't enjoy life, you don't share with your family, friends, and you don't have fun.
Yeah.
But if you live 20, and we think, if you think carpe diem, it's good.
Would you say here in Cuba you've lived a full life? Una vida llena de... A pesar de cosas?
Yeah.
But we try to live
We try to
survive and
be,
enjoy, drink.
We are very friendly people, very talkative.
Probably the most friendly in the world.
Yeah.
They say so.
And we have huge problems, but
Like
we
everywhere.
try to be happy. There is just like a normal saying around the world, or in Cuba, like a philosophy that we make jokes and we even laugh about our
own problems.
everyday
Yeah.
problems. We play dominoes everywhere. You see children playing everywhere on the streets or wherever. And we see people gather playing dominoes, drinking rum, drinking beers, playing loud music. I don't know if it's just a mechanism or whatever to forget about life, but it works for us.
I can imagine. So you could be a Cuban immigrant. You could go to Spain, go to the United States, and you start making more money. But you might feel so alone, and you'll live for the rest of your life missing your land.
Yeah.
I've seen this many times, and
It happens to at least 85% of the Cuban people
that immigrate.
Because I have my friends.
We have lots of
Every time
friends
they
who
are
studied.
same.
Lots of friends who studied with us,
They are
and
now
now they
living.
live in the States or Canada.
What do they tell you?
It's just a few of us
They miss
still living in Cuba.
Cuba.
They miss Cuba a lot, and they say that over there you have to just break your bones on your back working, having even 2-3 part-time jobs, and they have the food and they have the just basic conditions for a human being
They miss.
that they do not have a life. They just share with friends and family. Some Sundays, barbecues on Sundays. The rest of the weekdays is just hard work. That's what they tell us.
That's why I like Latin America and Spain. That's why I like Europe, right?
Say United States,
Europe's
with the
different.
taxes, you have to pay taxes for everything, just electricity, water, I don't know. And you need a lot of money to survive.
have
That's
to
why
pay.
you have to manage to find more than one job most of the times.
All right, guys, what a nice cultural experience, a nice encounter. Cuba's been all about encounters for me. The encounters are incredible. It's so easy to meet people, so easy to make friendships here. And I think that's gonna conclude the video for today. What a nice adventure. We swam, we talked to people, elderly, young, and we met these two gentlemen here. And you know what? If I didn't hear you speak Spanish, I would think you were from South Carolina or Georgia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Finger licking good. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Epa, buenos días.